King Nebuchadnezzar, like many of the potentates of the Middle East at that time, had absolute power. He wanted to create the truth. He wanted people to go his way. And as we see in this particular account from the book of Daniel, there were some that said no. He was trying to create a god of wooden of idols, of manufactured. And they said there is only one God that only he will worship, we will worship. And that's why we have this whole thing. The king says, my way or the highway, so he throws them into the white-hot furnace. And as we know, they were the ones who were really free, not Nebuchadnezzar, because the Lord protected them. There was a story once upon a time about somebody like Nebuchadnezzar, a very cruel king. He ruled his followers by intimidation and power and threats and even murder. It had to be his way or not. And as it turned out, he found out that his daughter had fallen in love with a commoner. And this enraged him all the more. So he set up and created a mock crime and said this man had committed and that he had to go to trial. Of course, he pled innocent, but what the king did was he said, called everybody to the public square, and he said, I have two envelopes here. One says innocent and the other says guilty. You choose. If you choose the innocent, you're spared. If you choose the guilty, you're executed. Well, the commoner was no fool, and he figured that both envelopes contained guilty. And so when it was presented to him, he looked at both and carefully took one. And then he opened the envelope and looked in. And he looked and he says, I'm innocent, I'm free. And he immediately took the envelope and the message, tore it up, and swallowed it. Well, the people said, how can we know you're innocent? You've destroyed the evidence. And he said, all you have to do is look at the envelope that the king is holding, and you will know the answer. Manipulating the truth. That's what the king was doing. He was trying to say, no matter what, I want it to be my way. The truth comes not from our perspective, but from the Lord's. And we should be seeking out not what we think things should be, but rather what the Lord wants it to be. Because that is how the truth will set us free. That is how we will be free, just as those who were in the fiery furnace in Babylon. Let us seek the truth. Let us seek the Lord's way so that we might truly be free.